Hello everyone, hello Simon, it's Mali here, setting you a challenge. I want you to make another video and take a series of photographs based on the subject of reflections. It can be anything, anywhere, whatever you think, whatever floats your boat. Reflections in the city, on a lake, by the seaside. Whatever you think, Simon, I'm setting you the challenge to make a video and some photographs based on the subject of reflections. Good luck! Sit there!
Well, that's a good one, Mali. Thanks. I bet you came up with that while you're in the Lake District, didn't you? But don't worry, we don't need mountain backgrounds with misty morning lakes with reflections. We've got the beach, Folkestone in Kent, rock pools. Now, I've got about an hour before sunset. There's a little bit of cloud, not a lot, and the tide is only just started to go out. So hopefully within the next hour, the light will cooperate, the rock pools will be exposed so I can get some reflections, and all will be tickety-boo. On the other hand, it could be a total disaster. Mali, this is a great idea. I think this is good for anybody to do, is that we should give ourselves these challenges and limit what we're going to do. We should pick a topic or pick a lens or pick a shutter speed or an aperture, and that really allows us, particularly this time of the year where everything's sort of pretty grey and dull, it allows us to really get creative and think more. With photography we can get lazy, and we do need to keep pushing ourselves and challenging ourselves. So Mali, a great one, reflections. Let's go. While I'm waiting for those rock pools to reveal themselves, I'm going to have a little play. I'm going to continue where I left off on my Dymchurch video where I was shooting with a 24mm prime. I'm going to do some more shots with that. And what was really interesting with that video is the amount of people that commented that it's just unusual to be shooting at the 2.8 end with a wide angle lens. It's not what you typically do. Normally you want to get everything in and use the great depth of field capability of the lens to get everything sharp from front to back. But I was doing a few shots at 2.8 and just isolating one element in the composition. So I'm going to do a little bit more of that. I'm going to link the Dymchurch video to the end of this video, but in the meantime let's have a little play, and hopefully within the next half an hour there should be enough rock pools revealed to do Mali's challenge. So the tide's right out and I'm right at the end of the groins, and there's this pool of water and there's a reflection, of course. So this is just a warm-up shot. I've got to kind of get into my groove here. So first shot, but not the last. The fun thing about this challenge is I didn't do any planning. I just figured, yeah, I'll come here, there's got to be rock pools, there's got to be something, but I didn't know exactly what I was going to find when I got here. And because I've got very limited time, that just puts the pressure on. That's like a commercial job, you've only got a few hours to keep the client happy, and Mali has become my client, and that just really motivates me. That gets me excited, because I know that I've got to pull something off that's decent, otherwise I don't get paid. Well, Mali's not paying me, but you know what I mean. In general, my landscape photography it's a hobby. I do it to relax, not for money. And we all need to relax and take it easy, but every now and then it's nice to be pushed into a challenging position where you've got restrictions, whether it's time restrictions or equipment restrictions, and that just gets you thinking, and it just gets you, I don't know, for me it just gets me motivated, and that's when I tend to do my best work actually. So there are two things that I'm doing. I'm first of all not using a polarizing filter. There's lots of water, lots of reflection, and because the idea of this shoot is reflections, I don't want to eliminate that. I want to use it. I want to get color in the sky reflecting in the water. And the second thing that I'm doing is trying not to stand in a really deep rock pool. Hold on, that's a deep one. Whoa. Good job, I've got the wellies on. Okay, the second thing I'm trying to do is what? I've forgotten. The second thing that I'm doing, I'm setting my white balance to cloudy. That's really the best setting when you're shooting low light with lots of warmth in the sky and clouds. What tends to happen in auto white balance in these situations is there's so much orange and yellow developing in the sky, in the whole frame, that the camera thinks, hold on a minute, there's too much yellow in this, we better compensate. So it takes it all out. By setting to cloudy, it doesn't do that. You maintain all this warm colour in the shot which you want. And it's looking warm now. The sun is starting to set and the light's getting low, and there's a whole bunch of reflections forming in these little rock pools. So what I'm doing is framing this shot up so that a couple of the rock pools act as lead-in lines to the rest of the cluster in the middle of the shot. I think if this sun goes any lower and the sky goes orange, that's going to be cool, but if it doesn't, I think it's still going to work. There are some elements in this shot I really like. The nice curve in the foreground that takes you into the frame, and the clouds reflecting, they're on brief. It's probably the best shot from the day. This is not working at all for me. The foreground is great, but there isn't anything in the top half of the image to lead the eye to. It's easy to get drawn in by lovely light, colour and texture, but neglect the composition. This is an example of that. I found another composition and I'm loving the foreground, the way the rocks are leading you into the shot. So, if we just hold on for another 10 minutes or so. Again, this shot lacks good composition, but if I were to wear my commercial hat for a moment, at least it would work well in a brochure or magazine as a double-page spread. When we add some content, it makes a reasonable background image. If Mali was an editorial client, he might like this one. Well, Mali, thanks again. This was a great few hours out. It's always good to have a challenge, to have a goal when you go out and shoot. So I had a good time. Thanks again, and thanks for watching.